Hi guys, so today we're going to be reacting to SCP-2846, the Squid and the Sailor SCP Animation. So make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, and leave a like if you enjoyed the video. And the person that made this is Dr. Bob, so make sure to subscribe to him too. Without further ado, let's get on with the video.
A violent storm rocks a merchant ship back and forth. Huge waves roll over the deck and threaten to capsize the vessel. A merchant sailor grips the railing, trying with all his might not to be thrown overboard. With a loud twang, a cable snaps loose. A hand suddenly grabs his shoulder. He turns around with affright to see that it's one of his shipmates. He points towards the bow of the ship and yells over the roar of the storm that they need to try and repair it. The two men make their way to the front of the ship, and the sailor starts working to fix the broken cable. He looks up to see that his mate is no longer working. He's staring straight past him, and there's fear in his eyes. The sailor turns around to see a massive tentacle sticking out of the sea. The huge appendage is mind-boggling in its size. He can only stand there, marveling at it, until it begins violently smashing against the deck. The sailor dives out of the way just before the tentacle crashes down right where he was standing.
Oh, he's lucky that he didn't get squashed.
His crewmate was still locked in fear.
Oh, his crewmate, he died. He got squashed. He got squashed like someone stepping on a cockroach.
The ship is in chaos as more tentacles appear and slam the deck over and over. One cracks the deck right next to him, sending him flying.
Oh my god.
He comes to moments later in a wreckage pile. Nothing else has changed, though. Whatever this monster is, it's not stopping its assault on the ship. The sailor stands up and picks up a sharpened piece of wood from the pile he was lying in. He runs over to the nearest tentacle and thrusts the sharpened stick into its flesh. There's a mighty...
Oh, that's smart. Yes, make it as hard as possible. Jab more and more and more at once.
mighty roar from the sea, and the tentacles stop their onslaught. They go limp before sliding into the sea. The sailor looks around at the carnage that's been wrought. Dead bodies and debris litter the deck. He moves to check on his crewmates, when right in front of him, bursting from the sea, is the head of the biggest squid he has ever seen.
Oh, I know what to do. At that moment, throw a piece of wood at the eyes.
A massive beast that must be 1,000 meters long. Whatever he
1,000 meters? That's huge. That's bigger than Godzilla. Actually, that's bigger than Godzilla. Biggest one ever.
had seen
It's only like 900 something meters tall.
before of this creature was truly just the tip of the iceberg. With another roar, the creature lifts up out of the water and wraps its arms around the ship. The sailor only has time to duck down and close his eyes before the entire ship is pulled down
Like duh, more wood.
beneath the waves.
Stab it, bite it.
With a gasp, the sailor breaks the surface, screaming and gulping for air. He's alone now, treading water in the middle of the ocean during a storm.
Not a sponsor to this dumb, useless.
Let's see what you got, Oculus.
Like, why do these ads keep? Like, why do ads come when I react to a video, but they don't come when I don't react to video? It's like they actually know that I'm recording a video.
But not.
Little do they know, this channel only has 12 subscribers, and the most viewed channel only have like 100 views. So yeah, it's not even gonna get that far.
For long. The squid reappears, its head slowly rising out of the water just in front of him. Its head, the size of a house, has two giant, uncaring black eyes that seem to both see him and not. It extends a tentacle toward him as it leans back in the water, exposing its huge beaked mouth. It wraps its
The horror. All octopuses and squids actually have this. The horror.
powerful arms around him.
The horror. And I'm surprised octopuses and squids aren't aliens.
and starts to pull him towards it, when suddenly, there's an explosion. The squid has been struck by something. Both the sailor and the creature turn to see the most incredible thing. A battleship is coming towards them, slowly rising out of the ocean as if it were somehow submerged, and it's firing on the creature. The squid drops him and starts heading towards the ship. This is going to be a battle for the ages. While this sailor had no idea what he was witnessing, the SCP Foundation was all too familiar. This was yet another incident of SCP-2846, also known as the Squid and the Sailor. But first, a quick personal request from me.
What about the squid and the ships? What about the squid and the ship? What about the squid and the sailors? With the S at the end.
I need your help to spread the word about the lesser-known anomalies in the SCP Foundation's archives. The best
Alright, I'm spreading the word.
thing you can do to help me is subscribe, turn on notifications, and then go tell your friends to do the same. This is a huge help and will let me bring you more and more SCP anomalies. Now back to our file. SCP-2846 is the name given to a set of phenomena that occur in the Gulf Atlantic region. These phenomena consist of interactions between two entities, known as SCP-2846-A and SCP-2846-B. 2846-A is a gigantic, aquatic creature that resembles a cephalopod, though no similar organism has been discovered that is even close to approaching its size, with estimates placing 2846-A at being at least 950 meters in length.
I thought it said 1,000 meters. Now it reduced it by 50 meters.
This creature appears in areas of deep water during storms and will attack civilian vessels, especially cruise ships and merchant vessels.
Ooh, the mouth. The mouth.
These attacks are sporadic and follow no known patterns other than that they take place during inclement weather. They are sudden and without warning, and will nearly always result in the complete destruction of the targeted vessel if they're not intercepted. Attempting to stop these attacks is SCP-2846-B, a large seafaring vessel that in its current form resembles a Pennsylvania-class super dreadnought battleship, though it appears hazy in photos and videos, as if translucent.
Not a sponsor. Not a sponsor.
And eyewitness observers have described the ship as looking vaporous. Just like SCP-2846-A, this ship will appear from deep water, surfacing near the site of a 2846-A event. The vessel will fire on the creature, drawing its attention, and the two will then engage in a heated battle. The two will continue fighting until SCP-2846-A is rendered immobile or completely incapacitated, after which it will sink down into the sea.
Why not just finish it off? Just finish it off. Easy, just finish it off. Like, just finish it off, and there, it's done with. Good, you don't have to battle anymore. No more people dying. No more deaths and chaos and stuff.
Following its victory, the ship too will then submerge and disappear beneath the waves.
And finish it off.
SCP-2846-A is believed to have existed for thousands of years, and maybe even older than that. The creature's existence was first recorded in an Icelandic saga from the 13th century, but the Foundation's first documented sighting came in 1905, when an agent working for the Foundation, one Admiral Reginald von Allen, spotted the creature surfacing with a whale wrapped effortlessly in its tentacles. Soon after spotting it, a ship of the line surfaced as well to do battle with the creature. The Admiral tried to signal the crew that he could see on the deck of the ship, but the vessel descended back below the surface before any communication could take place. In 1935, the mysterious ship appeared again, near the SCPS Hildegard, and this time, the anomalous vessel was the one to initiate communication. Some of the crew of the ship, designated as SCP-2846-B1 through B915, came aboard the Foundation ship and engaged in a conversation with Captain Levi Hansen. SCP-2846-B1 identified himself as David Thomas Jones of the Royal Navy, and went on to explain that their ship had been sunk by a monster resembling SCP-2846-A over 300 years in the past. He described how after sinking into the darkness of the sea, he awoke on a mysterious shore where he met with a woman who referred to herself as Calypso, the goddess of the sea. She explained how she had sealed the leviathans that prowled the depths of the ocean in a pit, but that over time, the seal she had placed on it had begun to weaken. A titan had escaped and taken the form of the most deadly creature in the sea, the Kraken.
Then reseal him. Reseal him so it can be strong again.
Calypso feared that the creature would attempt to further destroy the seal and release its monstrous brethren, a disaster that would result in the end of all human life. She requested that Jones pursue the creature along with his crew for as long as needed, and in return, they would be granted immortality. Jones agreed, and his endless battle against the anomaly began that day. The reason he had now come aboard a Foundation ship was directly related to this task. SCP-2846-A had grown more powerful over the years, larger and bolder too. He and his men couldn't die, but many more would if they were no longer able to subdue the beast. He needed something from the SCP Foundation. He needed a bigger boat.
This is not a sponsor. I am taking all the rules. Anything we choose. Verify, living proof. I got something new. 1 out of 2. Why 1 out of 2? It's supposed to be 1 out of 1.
Trailmakers, a vehicle building game made for explorers, racers, and...
Following this conversation, and seeing the value in allowing Jones and his crew to continue their mission, the Foundation commandeered a newly built Pennsylvania-class super dreadnought battleship from the U.S. Navy, the USS Montana. The ship was sunk 15 kilometers from a Foundation naval facility in Cuba. 30 hours later, the ship surfaced from the sea, though it was now more heavily armed than the USS Montana had been. As part of the agreement, SCP-2846-B was fitted with an explosive device that is capable of completely destroying the ship should the crew for some reason ever turn their guns on Foundation or other human targets. In 2013, an important discovery was made after a tracker was attached to SCP-2846-A. Deep in the Atlantic, roughly 1,300 nautical miles west of Florida, a depression in the ocean floor with a large iron object on top of it,
it just has to be Florida,
was found. 2846 seems to return to this site over and over, where it has been observed clearing the rocks from the area.
No offense though, no offense.
And it appears that it is almost finished with its task. The iron plate on top of the depression is nearly exposed. It's not known exactly what's underneath, but
it's brethren.
Whatever it is, it's hot. Very hot, with temperatures near it measured at over 4,000 degrees Celsius. It's feared that whatever the creature is trying to unearth, it would lead to an XK end-of-the-world scenario, and it is imperative that it not be allowed to do so. And there's more bad news when it comes to SCP-2846. In 2014, the Foundation ship SCPS Pristine was pursuing a large underwater organism assumed to be SCP-2846-A, and signaled to 2846-B to surface and dispatch the creature in what had become the normal operating procedure. Something strange happened, though, and the Pristine was suddenly struck by a mysterious force. As SCP-2846-B began to engage with the now surfaced 2846-A, the crew of the Pristine reported seeing numerous eyes appearing and disappearing in the water below the ship. They had never seen anything like it. The ship was struck again as satellite images spotted an enormous entity directly beneath the ship. The Pristine began taking on water, and the crew was forced to abandon ship. 2 other SCP ships in the area fired on the strange, many-eyed entity, causing it to once again disappear into the depths of the ocean, as SCP-2846-B banished 2846-A to the ocean once again.
SCP-2846-C. That's one of the brethren. Like, cover it up again. Like, so the SCP Foundation couldn't cover it up. Like, oh wow, tip a volcano or something. Or like put lava or something, like make a volcano or something, so you can cover it up in obsidian. Oh wait, obsidian is fragile. Obsidian and stuff, so it can like shatter and impale the creature and its brethren.
Due to the ongoing danger of SCP-2846-A, it has been classified as Keter. In the event of an appearance, Mobile Task Force Tau-11, also known as the Can Openers, who are stationed aboard the SCPS Nikolai, are to utilize a special transmission device to signal the crew of SCP-2846-B and maintain contact with them throughout their engagement with the creature. Tau 11's primary mission is to minimize civilian exposure to the anomaly, and any non-Foundation ships that come in contact with either 2846 entity are to be moved from—
You know you can just, bro, you know you can just nuke the octopus. Like you can literally distract it and then drop like a bomb on it. And then boom, finished. Boom, finished. It cannot release its brethren
from the area, and all aboard the craft are to be given Class C amnestics. The SCP's Nikolai's captain has been given permission to fire on SCP-2846-A to assist in the fight, and should 2846-B turn hostile for any reason, the explosive device on board is to be detonated. It is still unknown just what the entity that attacked and destroyed the SCP's Pristine was, but the ease with which it dispensed of the vessel has many in the Foundation worried that SCP-2846-A has already been able to release one of its brethren from its prison, and at this point, stopping them may no longer be an option. Now go and watch another entry from the files of Dr. Bob, and once
Yes, it's an option.
again, please join me on my mission by subscribing, turning on notifications, and telling a friend to join us as well.
Merry Christmas, and make sure this is the end of the video. Merry Christmas. Make sure to, and if you enjoy the video, subscribe, turn on notifications, and leave a like, and also subscribe to Dr. Bob, because he's the guy that made this video. And now we know about this abomination, SCP-745. Now we know. And the good news, it's only in one road. Alright, bye guys. And Merry Christmas.